Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. Warner Brothers Discovery clearly doesn't care about Cartoon Network, and this is something that we've discussed in the past, but really watching the channel now, it's just become so apparent that they really just have no regard for the channel and really don't care what happens to the brand. The only thing they really care about regarding Cartoon Network is whatever marketable IPs that the network has under its umbrella. So what I mean by this is anything they can make more money off of by making a new iteration of that show. So for example, like Adventure Time with Heyo Bimo, Side Quest, Fiona and Cake, and the movie that's in development, or with Regular Show, how they're making a new series within that world, or the Powerpuff Girls, and so on and so on. That's the only way they really care about Cartoon Network. When you watch the channel itself and you see what new shows are coming to it, it's very apparent that they really don't care about the channel and don't care what happens to it, which is just a shame to be seeing, because Cartoon Network, obviously it's not the biggest thing that Warner Brothers owns. Obviously it's not their big moneymaker. They have a lot bigger properties under their umbrella, such as, you know, like DC, all of those superheroes and stuff like that. But Cartoon Network was always a brand that they at least treated with care, and they at least gave it the time and respect that it deserved. They put some effort into the channel, and I just feel like nowadays with Cartoon Network, it just lacks vision. It's very clear that they don't care about the channel, and they really aren't even putting any effort in with it. Like, if you look at the lineup that's on the air, the schedule itself isn't bad. It's better than it was under Christina Miller, because with Christina Miller, it was just the Teen Titans Go and the Amazing World of Gumball Network. That's pretty much all that ever aired on the channel. So at least now we have some semblance of variety there. So that's a good thing. That's a positive. But when it comes to new shows airing on the channel, there's really nothing. Like, I've said this in other videos, but there are like 4 or 5 shows that are actually ongoing that are on Cartoon Network. And by ongoing, I mean they are producing new episodes, but these episodes air here and there. You don't have weekly episodes like we used to get back in the day. It's like you'll get an episode maybe once every few months. During a week you'll get 5 episodes, and then you won't see it again for another 5 or 6 months. And it's just a shame to me, because what is the allure to Cartoon Network? Like, what is getting people to tune to the channel? And there's really nothing right now. And if you look at the channel as well, as we've seen over the past year with it, a lot of the stuff that was being produced for Cartoon Network is being moved off of the channel to Adult Swim, like My Adventures with Superman, like Unicorn Warriors Eternal. And that trend is going to continue this year, because Invincible Fight Girl was supposed to premiere on Cartoon Network this year in 2024, and it's since been moved to Adult Swim. Although they say it's coming in 2024, there's not a whole lot of 2024 left, so it remains to be seen whether or not that show is actually still coming this year. We'll make a video on that at some point in the future to dive into that topic a bit deeper. But nevertheless, it's just very clear that Warner Brothers Discovery doesn't care about Cartoon Network. If you look at, actually, I didn't talk about this, but if you look at what's happening with Steven Universe right now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Steven Universe is currently airing reruns on Discovery Family, which is a rather weird thing to be seeing a Cartoon Network original show premiering on something other than Cartoon Network. That's obviously a bit of an oddity, as all of the prior shows that we've ever had have really not aired anywhere but Cartoon Network or Boomerang or Adult Swim, which obviously those are all under the same umbrella. They're all a part of the same family. But now we have Steven Universe going to Discovery Family. I'm going to preface what I'm saying by saying that I don't know that much about Discovery Family. I don't even know what shows they have on the channel, but from the outside looking in, it's like, okay, we're taking a rather successful Cartoon Network original and throwing it on Discovery Family for what purpose? Why isn't this show airing reruns on Cartoon Network itself? You know, the brand that actually produced the show, the company that made the show, Cartoon Network Studios that is. Why don't we have that airing reruns on the channel itself, a part of the weekly schedule, as opposed to just shifting it off to Discovery Family? This is what I mean by the fact that they just don't care about Cartoon Network. It's like they have Discovery Family. Again, I don't really know what's going on with that channel. I don't pay any attention to it. They have Cartoon Network, and it's like they're juggling which one to put effort into, which one should they put shows on the channel, which one should they have reruns air on. And it's like, I just don't understand really what the longevity of Cartoon Network is here, or what they're thinking it is, if they're not doing anything with it. Like, if Cartoon Network, I've said this in the past when it was still, you know, AT&T Warner Media owning it, is Cartoon Network going to be around in 5 years? Like, that's a genuine question that I have, because they're doing absolutely nothing with the channel. They're doing absolutely nothing with the brand. They shut down the website. They shut down the studio location to have it merge with Warner Brothers Animation, and essentially what they're doing is there's one team working on animated projects at Warner Brothers Discovery, or, you know, one wing, I should say, of the company, one division of the company. And essentially, they're just producing stuff under the Warner Brothers Animation umbrella and the Cartoon Network Studios umbrella, and they pick and choose which goes under which umbrella. That's essentially what it seems like to me is happening. So with all of that being said, with all of that's happened, does Cartoon Network really have a future? Does Cartoon Network have a place within Warner Brothers Discovery's future plans, or is it something that's going to fade away over the next 5 years? As I said before, the name of Cartoon Network is not going to disappear because they still have properties under that umbrella that were created by Cartoon Network Studios that the company sees as money makers for them, right? There's going to be another Ben 10 that's going to be made by Cartoon Network Studios. That's going to happen eventually. They probably won't even get rid of the name Cartoon Network Studios just because it is a well-regarded animation studios from the 2000s and 2010s. But the brand of Cartoon Network itself, the channel itself, that's what's in danger here. That's what's potentially going to disappear over time. I could see Cartoon Network very easily just turn into a label on Max, and that's the future of Cartoon Network. That's the future of the brand because the channel itself might end up disappearing. I don't think they're going to pull the plug on the channel completely. I don't think they're going to say, okay, whatever channel Cartoon Network is on your cable provider, they're going to say, okay, we're going to axe that channel completely. It's going to be pulled off the air. I don't think that's going to happen. It's just a matter of what do they do with the channel. As we've seen, Adult Swim's taken a lot more time away from Cartoon Network. Does at a certain point it completely take over the channel? I highly doubt it, but Cartoon Network itself right now, it's kind of on life support, and I really don't see it getting much better over the next few years, which is such a sad thing to be saying, because if you're someone like me, someone who grew up with this brand, someone who grew up watching this channel every single day when you got home from school, it's kind of sad to see what they've done to it, because yeah, it's not meant for us anymore. I'm well aware of that. We're not the target demographic for Cartoon Network anymore, but the kids today are missing out on what we experienced. They're missing out on coming home at 4 o'clock every day, watching Maguzi on the air, seeing reruns of Naruto, the original Ben 10, Code Lyoko, Totally Spies, or whatever other show you remember watching on Cartoon Network back in the day. They're coming home from school, turning on Cartoon Network at 3, 4 o'clock, seeing, regular show on for an hour at 4, which is a phenomenal series, and I quite frankly tune into it a lot when I can, because who wouldn't want to see more regular show? But then it switches off at 5 o'clock to Checkered Past, which they get to see some, classic Cartoon Network series that we grew up on, which again, great thing to be seeing on the channel. But then after that, at 7 o'clock, you get King of the Hill on, you get Bob's Burgers on, and that's when the channel falls apart, because I remember when I was a kid, I'd come home from school, I'd, take a break for a little bit, watch some Cartoon Network, maybe around like 5 o'clock, I'd start doing my homework, then after dinner, I'd watch Cartoon Network again. I'd watch it until it switched off to Adult Swim at 10 p.m. Kids today get it switched off at 7 p.m. So what are they watching at that point? That's again what I feel bad for. I feel bad for today's generation of kids, because what is their Cartoon Network? They don't have a Cartoon Network. I remember at one point recently, Cartoon Network, they had like their slogan being like, "This is your Cartoon Network," or something of the sort, something like that. At face value, that's a great slogan to be having, but when you dive a little bit deeper into it, it's like, this is your Cartoon Network. Well, what is my Cartoon Network? Because there's not really anything on the channel, and it's very apparent that Warner Brothers Discovery, the parent company, the parent organization that owns this brand, doesn't really care about it. So why should I? Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about Cartoon Network and the whole situation that's going on with it right now? Do you think it's going to get shut down over the next 5 years? Obviously, this is something that's been discussed at length over the past few years, but now it feels like we're getting closer and closer to that maybe becoming a reality, which again is rather sad to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.